Hi, this is Erin McAllister with Triple Amazing, and I am here with Master Astrologer Barry D. McCullough. Barry, we can't see you yet. Your picture has gone away.
Well, I can see you, Erin.
Okay.
And I can hear you, and obviously you can hear me.
I can hear you. Make sure that your video... Let's see. Well, Barry, I want you to go ahead and get started. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Barry McCullough. I am an astrologer with over 40 years experience. Maybe that's too much information for you. And what I want to do today is give, since we are on today, as of today, we are in Aquarius. I wanted to give some information, free information for all Aquarians.
Awesome. And tell me, Aquarians are from what date to what date?
Aquarians are from approximately January 20th through February 18th. That fluctuates just a tiny bit each year. So some years it might start on the 19th, some years it might end on the 19th of February. But that general block of time from, we'll say, late January to kind of late to mid to late February.
Okay, awesome. So what information do you have for people that are Aquarians that fall within that time frame for this upcoming month of February starting in a couple days?
Okay, let me just say that ideally I do an astrological chart for someone based on the time, date, and place of birth. But we are also able to give some fairly accurate information just based on what I call solar prognostication. And solar prognostication is where you start with that sun sign as a starting point and look at all the planets from there. In astrology, we look at all what we call the chart, which is composed of 12 houses. We also take into consideration all the planets, the known planets in our galaxy. And in addition to those planets, we take in consideration the sun and the moon. And a lot of times we just call them all the planets, even though the sun and the moon are not technically planets. Just as a little background information. For what's coming up for Aquarius in 2016, particularly starting January 2016, well, for Aquarius, what we're going to look at for as we do these is the outer planets. The inner planets are very fleeting. So to let these posts, I'll call them, have some longevity, we're going to look at some of the outer planets in regard to all of the signs. And for Aquarius, I wanted to start out with Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of great good luck, its expansion, its wisdom and knowledge. And Jupiter is transiting right now through what we call the 8th house of Aquarians. The 8th house is the house of taxes, insurance, inheritance, money from a partnership. So what that tells me is that all Aquarians in some way are having a lot of benefit, a lot of luck, especially because what we also call the north node of the moon. The north node of the moon in a person's chart tells where specifically they have the ability to be in the right place at the right time. And so right now for Aquarians, the north node of the moon and Jupiter are both in Virgo. That would be in what we call your solar 8th house. So great good luck, great timing, great ability to be in the right place at the right time. Benefits flow to you from 8th house matters, which are like taxes, insurance, inheritance, money from a partnership, the partner's income. Very good time for all of those things for Aquarians. As we go ahead, Karen, question?
No, I was just saying that's awesome.
Okay, yeah, it is. It is. And I will say, just as a minor digression, that for all of the other signs, Jupiter is going to be in a different place. But we're talking about Aquarius right now. Eventually, Aaron, I believe we will do all the signs. But right now, Aquarius. Also for Aquarius, Saturn is in your 11th house. Saturn is the planet of responsibility, effort. I call it the great teacher and the Lord of the harvest. So with Saturn transiting through the 11th house for Aquarians, it's and you know, there are positive and negative aspects to all the planets and all the signs. But with the current configuration of Saturn and some of the aspects that it has to the other planets, without going into great detail, the area of friends and goals and ambitions could be something where Aquarians are experiencing lessons. And also, depending on the effort or time and energy they put into that area of the 11th house, friends, goals, ambitions, they could be reaping rewards. With Saturn, what we call, without actually getting too technical, square to some of the other planets, this is a time of challenge for Aquarians, especially in regard to friends. Aquarians are very humanitarian. They're very, eccentric, very kind-hearted. They love people, but sometimes individuals really get on their nerves, and they can kind of seem somewhat isolationist. And so what I would tell Aquarians during this period of time is, you're very humanitarian. You love people, but you cannot dig your friends out of whatever kinds of situations they're in. It would be too taxing for you. And this is part of the lesson that you have to learn in regard to Saturn transiting through your 11th house. They're the ones who are going to have to deal with it and who are going to have to handle it. You can be encouraging and supportive, and you sincerely are that way, but they are the ones who are going to have to dig out of those issues. Saturn in the 11th house also shows that depending on a person's age and involvement in different activities, work, and other things, this is a time when Aquarians can begin to reap a harvest in terms of achieving some goals or ambitions that they have been working on, particularly if they have goals and ambitions they've been working on for the last, we'll say, 7 to 14 years, because that's the cycle of Saturn. It takes 28 years to go all the way around through all of the signs, and with where it is right now, the starting point for this reaping the benefits and seeing substantial progress in terms of goals and ambitions began either 7 or 14 years ago, depending on the individual. So this is a time when for Aquarians, where there are challenges in regard to friends, and where there can be some breakups, because maybe things aren't exactly what they would want them to be. And Aquarians are very independent. Nobody can tell them what to think or what to do. Generally very intelligent. And so they will have to make those decisions in terms of what friends to let go and what friends to keep, and who to become involved with, and who to kind of pull back on. But just generally speaking, Aquarians, you can't dig them out. They're going to have to dig themselves out. You can be supportive and encouraging, and they will definitely appreciate that.
Awesome. Do you have, I know we're watching time. We're only on here a short time, then I don't know how much longer you want to go on. Do you have maybe a few pieces of advice for Aquarians for the upcoming month, specific to, I know you said relationships may be a challenge, and but they also have some good opportunities with goals and different things coming this month. So specific 2 or 3 specific pieces of advice for them this month?
Yes, absolutely. As I said, for these blabs that we're doing, to give them some shelf life, I'm giving a little bit more of the long-term information, but this would definitely apply now. For Aquarians, one caveat or something that they really have to watch out for is in regard to finances and income. It's nothing to be scared of. I'm not trying to sow any seeds of fear or anything like that, but right now, Neptune is in Pisces, which is your second house of finances and income. And and value what you value, your values, and your own valuables, the things that those material things that you value. And with Neptune, as I said, all of the planets have positive and negative manifestation. With Neptune in Pisces, the effect for Aquarians would be that they really have to probably begin some kind of savings program, because with Neptune in Pisces, Aquarians get their money and it's like gone and they don't know where it went. And sometimes they have nothing to show for it. And then they'll go to this person or that person to try to get some help. So one of the things that they can, and this is going to, with Neptune transits through the sign, Neptune will be in Pisces, Aquarians. Neptune will be in Pisces until 2026. So this is a very long-term message for you, long-term advice. It's very important for you to get a handle on your finances, okay? You don't want to go the next, what would that be, 9 years, 8 or 9 years, just living from hand to mouth. So, and do some research, open a savings account. A lot of people don't want to do a savings account. They say 1% interest. Well, something, make some kind of start. And the best time to start this change in your habits would be around the new moon of this month. February 2016 is going to be on February 8th. The new moon for everybody is a great time to sow any kind of seeds. It's a great time to start things. We're past the Mercury retrograde, and we're not even going to go into the Mercury retrograde. We're past that. We're moving into a new moon period. So if you want to start a diet, or in this case for Aquarians, a financial diet with a budget and sticking to that budget, the best time to start it would be around February 8th, within a day or so after February 8th. So for Aquarians, again, you're going to have to take control of those finances and income because otherwise it will slip through your hands. Be very careful and mindful of your material things. You don't want to lose anything, because one side of Neptune is inspiration and dreams and just spiritual inspiration, but another side of it indicates where deception can come into your life. So you want to be very careful with all of your valuables, your money, because you don't want to become a victim of any kind of deception in that regard. Now, moving on, also for Aquarians, and this is a fairly long-term aspect too, but there will be some perturbations, some modifications to it as we go through the months. With Aquarians right now, Uranus is in Aries, and it is transiting what we call your third solar house. So Uranus shows where sudden, unexpected changes can come into our lives. It also shows where we might adopt new technology and inventions. Depending on where Uranus is in your chart, it shows where you have I say where Uranus is in your chart, in your individual chart, shows where your genius is. After more than 40 years of doing astrological charts and all of the research behind it and continuing to do research, I have discovered, and maybe some others have too, I don't know, that a person, to me, your genius is everybody. Let me just say this. Everybody is a genius. Everybody is a genius in some way. And that depends on where Uranus is in your chart and how it's aspected. With Uranus in Aries, right now for Aquarians, it's a time when Uranus shows where sudden unexpected changes can come into our lives. It can be sudden inspiration. And the changes that Uranus brings about are changes that need to be made. They're constructive changes, but they can come so suddenly that, we don't, as human beings, we don't normally like sudden unexpected change, but the sudden unexpected changes that Uranus brings actually end up freeing you from something and and freeing up space in your life for something fresh and new to come in. So with Uranus in the third house, you can expect some really, the third house is the house of the mind. It's siblings, it's neighborhood, it's your immediate environment. And with Uranus in Aries in the third house for Aquarians, those are areas where sudden unexpected changes can come into your life. There might be sudden unexpected changes with siblings or with neighbors, sudden unexpected changes in the neighborhood. With Uranus, there's always something that is being cleaned out, something that is that needs to go, and in order to free up that space in our lives for improvements to come in. Also, with Uranus in the third house, might be a time when, a lot of people keep journals, and this might be a good time for you to keep a journal. And I'm going to talk about a dream journal in a minute, but a journal of ideas that just suddenly come to you, and write those ideas down so that you can go back and review them. Because with Uranus traveling through the third house of the mind for Aquarians, it means that some really ingenious ideas can come to you during this period of time. And this is something that you want to take advantage of. And then finally, for this blab regarding Aquarians' outlook, we're looking at Pluto in Capricorn. Capricorn is the sign just before Aquarius, and it's in Aquarius, what we call Aquarius 12th house. And so Pluto is the planet that deals with transformation, metamorphosis. It deals with secrets and strategy and things that are hidden. And the 12th house, believe it or not, deals with the subconscious mind, dreams, and intuition. So with Pluto transiting through the 12th house, rather, this is where the dream journal comes in. You probably want to, if you can, or if you want to, if you're interested, I would suggest you do. Keep a piece of paper or a little notebook beside your bed, because Pluto in your dreams is going to be sharing some ideas with you that can help you to transform situations. It can also share information, give you the answers to some secrets or to some really perplexing questions that you may have had. It can give you some insight into strategies on how to deal with things. But all of this information for Aquarians is going to be coming through dreams, and possibly through meditation if people are into that. But through what we call 12th house matters, and 12th house matters deal with the subconscious mind, dreams, intuition, our instincts. So trust your instincts, keep a dream journal, keep track of those sudden, unexpected inspirations that come to you, and you'll be on track. You'll be in alignment with the planetary energies.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You have so much information. We have a lot of people who have joined us that are asking about a reading for Pisces, a reading for Scorpio. I did share with them that you have a giveaway coming up. So if you want to mention that before we wrap up.
Well, we do have a giveaway on my site, and Erin is my tech guru. So I just want to share that with you. And I'm astrology. I'm old school. I'm with 40 years experience. You can just imagine how old I am. I'm not going to go into detail on that. But I do have a contest on my site. And it is where you can get a free 15-minute reading. Erin, can you give the details on that?
Sure, I sure can. So today, again, was just a chance for you guys to find out who Barry is and all of the wealth of knowledge that he has to offer all of you. The giveaway is a chance for you to get a free reading from this amazing astrologer. It's a 15-minute free reading. 3 lucky winners will win. So all you have to do is go to the link, it's in the chat, but it's www.22s.com/022GNJ. enter to win, and then share. The more you share, the more opportunities you'll have to win. And again, we're going to be picking 3 people. The deadline is 1 week from today, February 5th, because we want to get as accurate birth date and time information from you as possible, so that when you do your reading or when he does your reading for you on February 8th, he's got, a lot of information to share. Someone also, Barry, asked, said that they were a little concerned about sharing specific birth date information. And I just said, you're the guru on that side, but I said the more specific they can be with their birth date and time, the better it is for you, correct?
Exactly. We're not asking for your social security number or your address or anything like that. For an accurate astrology chart reading, we need to know your day, month, and year of birth, the time of day or night that you were born, and the place that you were born. That's all we need. And I don't know how, that could be intimidating anyone. But if it is, just do like a what we call, what we've done here today, which is a solar chart reading. Aaron, I don't know how much time we have left, but for the Pisces and for the Scorpio, first for Pisces, just very briefly, this is a time of amazing spiritual inspiration for you. It is also a time when when good luck can come to you in regard to relationships. That's all I'm going to say about Pisces right now. For Scorpio, good luck comes to you in regard to your goals and ambitions, and also through friends. There could be a certain amount of deception in regard to, for Scorpio, there can be a certain amount of deception in regard to romantic relationships as opposed to close personal relationships. And I just wanted to give them that since they clicked in and they joined us today.
You are awesome. I know they appreciate that. So this was your first blab, and I appreciate everyone who joined us today. How was it, Barry? Or you think you'll be back? You enjoyed this?
Definitely, Aaron. I had some trepidation about going on TV, so to speak, but it was great. And guys, this is a little plug for Erin. She is a business consultant, and I'm telling you, she has made a world of difference in terms of helping me in regard to this. So, check her out.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. One more quick question before we close out, Barry. There's some people interested in how often you're going to be doing your blab. I know we had talked about once a week. Do you have a time frame in mind for your next blab?
Sure.
Putting you on the spot.
Well, let's shoot for Fridays around 1 o'clock. If that is
it's your gig, dude.
Okay.
So if that's what works for you, that's what it's going to be. So Fridays at 1.
We'll shoot for Fridays at 1. And
okay. All right. So Fridays at 1, plug it in. I'm sure he's going to be thinking about what we're going to talk about next week, but plan to be here Friday at 1. Again, if you have not registered to win the free reading, go to that link right there and register to win one of the 3 free readings on February 8th. And that's all for me. Barry, you can close us out. It has been a wonderful, wonderful experience with you today. Yep. Thank you.
Just briefly, Aaron, we did focus on Aquarius today. We will focus more than likely on Pisces next time. But what I want to do for each one of these labs is reserve time where the people who call in can ask questions based specifically on their own signs.
Awesome. Yes. And we did not have anybody that joined us on an open seat. Is there anybody that wants to jump in real quick? Do you have a minute for that, Barry?
Sure.
Okay. If anybody wants to jump in and talk live with Barry right now, you can jump on. We'll welcome that. And if not, then we'll plan to do that next week. Open it up earlier. Knocking on the virtual door. Where are you? Barry, do you see Work with Sabira joining us?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You got to open it up. I can't do that one for you.
Okay.
There you go. Woohoo! Hi, Sabira. Woohoo!
Yeah, hello. How are you?
Right.
Good. Sabira is both of our mentor and coach. So we're excited to have her join
You guys
us.
are doing great. I just wanted to say, Barry, that was so thorough and amazing.
Thank you.
And you
Thank
just
you.
such a natural. I was going to suggest, especially leading up to the time that you are doing your giveaway, if you have an opportunity to come on every day and let people, have a little bit more of you, within that last week of the month leading up to when you'll be giving your giveaways away. I don't know. I'm just saying. Think about it. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Sabira,
Born Too
I
Sweet
am.
says she thinks that's a good idea too. I think that's a good idea.
I'm more than willing to do that. But I am technologically challenged, so
no. You're gonna, and that's the point of doing it, right? You guys.
That's where Aaron comes in.
Yes. So the more often you do it, the easier you're gonna see. This is like turning on your television set at home. It's easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do it a couple times and you got it. I'll hold your hand for a while and then I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
You got it.
All right.
You got it.
All right.
And it looks like you already have a community growing here, a little tribe here that want to hear from you and see you back. So, so
I don't want to disappoint them. I want to make myself available to them, and I thank each and every one of them for tuning in.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to say. And if someone else wants to jump in, you still have one other open seat, Barry. Is somebody else trying to get in? I think Born Too Sweet was trying to get in.
Yes.
There you go.
There you go.
Click and let her in.
Okay. I clicked it, and
she's coming.
Hi.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Barry, you were awesome to listen to.
Oh, thank you so much.
You were so informative, and learned about the other signs and what's going on right now, and then Aaron also shared with us, the opportunity to win the free reading, and of course, anytime you hear that, you're gonna jump on it. But more importantly, is the information that you shared was very good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to help.
Yeah, you did mention one thing about, or a couple of things about the Scorpio, which is myself, and I missed part of it. You talked about deception, and
right now, for Scorpions, Neptune. Well, for all of us, Neptune is in Pisces, and Neptune will be in Pisces for, until 2026. But for Scorpions, Neptune is in what we call your solar fifth house. The fifth house is the house of romance, creativity, pleasure, hobbies, all those kinds of things. So with Neptune, as we said, with any planetary energy, there's a positive and there's a negative.
okay.
The positive is that, it may seem for Scorpions that they have met the love of their lives, the soulmate. But I would say and it is possible with Neptune. It is.
I haven't done that yet.
Okay, but it's very much possible with Neptune in the fifth house. But being aware of the total energy of it, I would say that people need to just take a step back from that perfect, seemingly ideal relationship, and give it time to grow and to show itself for what it is.
Okay. Sounds good.
Also, for Scorpio, the very good luck and very good timing, positive benefits flow to you from friendships, from networking, and also in terms of working toward achieving goals and ambitions.
I'm just starting a business too. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Very good.
So Julie, I heard you actually tried to enter to win twice, right?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
Yes.
And the more you share,
yeah, the more you share.
And the more you share, the more opportunities you have to win. So I think I'm glad you did that. Go ahead and share some more, and hopefully you'll get one of the free 15-minute readings, because you see Barry has a whole lot of information to share.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping on.
Yeah,
with
thanks
us.
for having me, being able to do that.
You are welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for this great show, Barry and Aaron. This was wonderful.
Yes, very much so.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Go ahead.
Barry, you did awesome.
Bye-bye.
Barry,
right.
1 o'clock next Friday.
Ladies, take care.
Have a good week.
1 o'clock next Friday. Fridays, 1 p.m.
Bye, Sabria.
Bye-bye.
Sabria.